Look, if I donate to Congress, the Congress knows Tushar Mehta has donated.
Right. But you don't,
My worry
you
is
don't want another party to know.
BJP should not know so that I don't get victimized. That's the purpose of confidentiality. Technically, I can say, Mr. Bhushan has given this example that even ruling party can, any party, why ruling party, any party can feign ignorance. That somebody came and in my Dropbox not in the digital sense, in the ballot box, in the postal box, there was an envelope. An envelope contained 100 crores. But nobody donates like this. We give money like this only in pilgrimages. We don't, people would not donate anonymously. In Srinathji, people would donate 100 crores without any name. It would be an anonymous donation because that is, yes, Tirumala. That's what I'm saying. But that is, again, idealistic way. Practically, the party.
Even that is not idealistic. Because the assumption is that the Almighty knows who has put money in the hundu.
Your Lordship, I bow down. There is no confidentiality. There is no confidentiality. Even the person also knows why he is donating. That is reflection of the fact that there is a line in Ganges for because they know कि बहुत पाप किए धोना जाना पड़ेगा. So people also know that. But the party who receives knows who has given. That you can never, come out of. There cannot be any system where the donor and donee each other would not know.
But then, so Tushar Mehta, if this is so, why not make everything open?
Then the purpose is defeated. As I
as it is, everybody knows about, or partly knows about it, partly they know about it. Only person who is being deprived is the voter. Your contention that the voters do not have the right to know after the number of decisions of this court. It's slightly difficult.
No, voter,
because they would know that they should know.
Then I bow down and we go back to the earlier policy.
No,
that's the only answer.
No, it's not like that. That's why we said we are not for a moment saying that look, there are 3 or 4 considerations which are very important. One, the need to reduce the cash element in the electoral process. Very important.
Reduced,
right? Second, the need to encourage the use of authorized banking channels for that purpose, which is the only way you can reduce the cash element. That's the second consideration. Third, there is a countervailing consideration. Third is incentivizing the use of the banking channels.
Which is confidentiality according to us.
And therefore, according to incentivizing the use of the authorized banking channels should therefore result in greater confidentiality. But there is a fourth consideration, which is the need for transparency. And a fifth consideration, which is that this should not become a legitimization of kickbacks and quid pro quo between the power centers, whether in the states or in the center, and people who are really in that sense, they are benefactors of that power. They are supplicants.
I bow down.
Yes,
I bow down.
So all these. So when the balance is drawn between these, of course, the balance has to be drawn by the legislature and by the executive, not by us. We are quite conscious of that. But it's not therefore that you have an either or. Either you have this or you go back to an entire cash system. You can design another system which does not have the flaws of this system, which really they put a premium on put a premium on opacity. You can still devise a system which balances out in a proportional way. That's the point.
I'll just.
How it is to be done is for you to decide.
I'll just.
We will not go step into that arena. That's no part of our function.
I'll just respond to after showing the scheme. But let me respond the last point first, which is bothering your lordships. That this might be used as legitimized kickback. Well, first of all, whenever your lordships are considering a piece of subordinate legislature like a scheme.
Because, in now these 5 considerations which I have listed out, you must now read in the perspective of how it has been implemented. First, there was a cap that your donation must be related to a percentage of net profits. a percentage of net profits meant that the company must be in a position to have net profits. And that you would donate 5% initially, then it became 7.5% under the 2013 Act. Now what have we done? Now we say that, well, it has nothing to do with whether you have net profits or not. In other words, the company may have zero profits, it may have zero turnover, but it gets a donation only for it gets a certain income or revenue only for the purpose of the donation. That means
I'll immediately say
that passes muster.
I'll immediately say, and your lordships may clarify that if that is the any concern, it's the right concern that so far as the condition with regard to the profit-making company, that percentage of a net profit, a not profit-making company cannot do it. But I understand, because then it would be used as a shell company. That is one of the objectives. We have removed 230,000 shell companies from the system.
So what will you do then? You will bring about an amendment to the Companies Act?
Let me take your lordships through this.
So you will move an amendment to amend the Companies Act to the effect that...
amending, my lord, is a legislative function. I cannot make that.
But you have to move the amendment. If you...
Yes, or your lordships may, my lord, read it accordingly.
No, is the government making a statement that we will amend the Companies Act to bring back the position what it was, namely that this will be only a percentage of the net profit?
No, I'm not saying percentage. I'm saying profit-making company can only donate. Please see, my lord, this is what, my lord, the honest government, my lord, framing a policy for the betterment of the people and in larger public interest would say, and rarely says. This is what the Honorable Finance Minister said. The government is willing to consider all suggestions to further strengthen the cleansing of political funding in India. It has to be borne in mind that impractical suggestions will not improve the cash domination system. They would only consolidate it. Lord, the words are, if I may use the expression, prophetic. That this is substantially, we are trying to reduce the element of black money, clean money coming in the system. There may be lacunas. We are ready for suggestions. We are ready for improvement. But if the suggestions, as the Honorable Minister says, are not practical, it would defeat the object. Now, my lord, coming back to my note, my lord, at page 24.
Volume?
2A.
Yes.
Lord, your lordships may now kindly come to 25. I'll explain the scheme. And my lord, possibly, at least I will be able to satisfy your lordships to convey that bona fides of the government are writ large, and from one or two suggestions which I will make, your lordship's conscience would be satisfied that scheme is designed to ensure that the ruling party knows it's not even the intention. The ruling party doesn't want. That's the stand of the government. Whoever is the ruling party should not know about any of the details which others are not knowing. Who donated, to whom, what amount, the ruling party should not know. And I will not point it out. And if necessary, my lord, I have some suggestion, my lord, which may, my lord, perhaps, my lord, subject to your lordship being satisfied, take care of your lordship's concerns.
Mr. Solicitor, is it your contention that under this scheme, the ruling party does not know who its donors are?
No. The party every party knows who their respective donors are.
Yes.
Yeah, my lord, the confidentiality is from other party, my lord. I'm sorry, my lord, I am unable to convey the heart of the matter. My lord, it is, if I want to disclose my identity, I can pay by check. It's not taken away. I don't have to go through this, my lord, electoral bond scheme. I can still pay by RTGS, direct banking transfer, or through check. But then my identity would be disclosed. If I wish that to remain confidential, then electoral bond. My lord, I have, my lord, very seriously, and I am bound to consider, my lord, the concerns which your lordships have shown as custodian of fundamental rights of the citizens. And my lord, the government is proud about it, that your lordships are concerned. And my lord, I have some solutions, my lord, to offer, so that concern also can be addressed. and your lordships would find the bona fides of the government that we really do not want to know who has donated whom what amount. Let the confidentiality remain complete except under the court order. I'll say, my lord, as and when, my lord, that a part of the scheme comes.
But that, Mr. Solicitor, you know anyway who has donated what amount. The moment an electoral bond is tendered to a political party by a constituent,
The party would know.
the party knows it.
Correct, my lords. What the donor doesn't want is the other party should not know. My lord, kindly, my lord, appreciate the example which, my lord, which will be comfortable to Mr. Sibal. I'm just on the lighter side. Suppose, my lord, as a contractor, I donate to, say, Congress party. I don't want BJP to know because it might form a government in the next
I've
election.
forgotten I'm not in the Congress party.
You appear for a Congress person
Maybe
from
so.
Madhya Pradesh,
Maybe
and
so.
therefore I'm saying.
You are appearing for a government, you're not part of that party.
Absolutely not.
So I'm also not
No,
part
I am just putting
just-
myself as a
of
contractor.
that example I thought was a bit.
Yes, yes. My learned friend's client is a leader of a Congress party
That's all right.
in Madhya Pradesh. Therefore, I am giving the example of Madhya Pradesh, and I am saying that a contractor wants to donate to Congress would have an apprehension that BJP might continue to be in power or vice versa. If he gives donation to the ruling party in Madhya Pradesh, he might have a element of fear that Congress might form the government. That confidentiality the donor wants to, my lord, ensure. And that is not for me to judge. That is for the lawmakers to judge. And the lawmakers, my lord, felt in the parliament that this is the most incentivized way of, my lord, black money generation and black money payment in the political process. That's their view.